was probably from the oil crisis of the 70s. It's probably Pennzoil from Pennsylvania.
It looked like Pennzoil sludge. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. We're back on the old sandrail again. Last time we were messing with this, we got the trans kind of torn down a little bit, pulled the axle tubes off, and we're trying to get this thing prepped for final assembly. We have a flywheel. Oh, all right. We got a flywheel here. Somebody was asking me about lights. Fireman Joe gave us another set of lights. So we got us a flywheel for the Corvair setup. And we got a starter, which the starter I didn't bring out here. The starter showed up in the mail. And we're going to start taking all this stuff apart. We also got, Merlin gave us a chrome plated fan shroud for this thing, so we're going to swap that out too. But we're going to go ahead and start taking it apart so we can get this all torn back up so we can remove the engine and transaxle. And we want to I got the gaskets and the seals for the VW adapter. We're going to go ahead and final assemble all that and get it all sealed up so we can put oil back in the engine, and we'll be good to go. All right, guys, you saw I pulled the exhaust manifold off that side and moved it over to this side. It looks like it's clearing everywhere, which is incredibly positive. So I got another one of those coming. They should be here this week. Got the turbo and the intake removed. I'm going to pull this fan shroud and put the chrome one on at some point. Looks like I need to pull the oil filter so the engine will move forward enough to clear the bell housing. So thanks for everybody who made suggestions and comments on those. So thanks to everybody who made comments on those and shared your knowledge. It's pretty complicated how it's going to work out. Okay, guys, time to get rid of the sludge here. All right, anybody want some sludge? I wouldn't want it. All right, as you can see, all we had to do is the oil pan is in the parts washer. We're going to run that through a couple cycles. And then we're going to get the rest of the sludge out of the bottom of the engine here. And then we're going to see about getting this oil pickup lengthened, and then we'll be good to go. We'll let that dry overnight. We'll be ready to go for tomorrow. We're here over at Merlin's shop. We're gonna extend this pickup because he doesn't like where it sits.
Whatever, Jimmy's going to extend this pickup because I don't like where it sits. Yeah, the problem with this pickup is if we leave it there, you start up a hill, the oil's all back here, this thing will dry sump. So we're going to try to get this thing into the sump where when it's climbing a hill full throttle, it stays oiled up.
It makes sense. All right.
So we'll just go ahead and start hacking it up. Just like that, fill it full of metal. Problem is I didn't mark anything, so you may have to make a trip to your house to make sure it lines up. Of course, I'm sure it bends pretty easy, huh?
Yeah, it does not that difficult.
It's flexible.
Yeah.
It's a flexi flyer.
Plus, as close as the pickup as you cut it, it should already be at the after the corner.
Yeah,
after the radius.
So it's just going straight back, right?
Yeah. It might make its way to one side of the engine or the other.
Yeah, as far as side to side, I don't think it's too critical. It's the front and back. I got front and back and side to side. Okay? That's how
right.
the song goes.
That's right.
Cruising down the street in my 6.4. What's a 6.4?
I have no idea.
6.4, 64,
Oh.
64 Impala. He wouldn't have survived in South Central Los Angeles.
Nope.
A little bit of oxygen in there. That's not good. My hoses are leaking. Well, that's part of it. That's a little too long. I'll get you clear to the rear, Jimmy.
That's right.
Off the rear, we can just drill a hole in the back and dry sump it. remember at what angle this kind of went in or what?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it went in.
Let me see. I don't know. Here, let me see this. It went in kind of like that. If that's facing me now. So
like that.
yes. Yep.
Here's what I'm probably going to do.
Tack it
No, I'm going to cut it off because this will fit in here.
and have me go mark it.
And you can go put a little mark on it.
Okay.
That way we kind of get it right. Let me grab a tape measure. Plus you can kind of check it and see how you like it. You can kind of tip it and make it flat how you want it.
Oh, all right, cool.
See if it's, because you can twist this a little to kind of,
Compensate.
yeah, manipulate it a little. That's hot, so you know.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, that's warm.
All right,
Cool.
I'll be back.
Back in 5.
Alrighty, we're back here at the shop. I'm gonna do this real fast. Yes, it's still hot. All right, we'll take that back to Merlin. Get it sweated on there.
What you got, Jimmy?
Comedy.
That's how you want it, huh?
Yeah.
So it goes up, not down. We almost had it upside down.
Yeah. I was looking at it backwards, I guess.
Well, that's all right. That's how you want it. That's how you like it.
Yeah, that's where it goes
No,
into the hole properly.
Yeah, okay. That's all that matters. I'm using some bronze nickel.
The good stuff, huh?
Yep. Basically what they weld aircraft oil lines with. Silver. It's like silver soldering. It's not silver soldering. What the hell do they call it? They call it something. Can't remember. It'll come to me here in a minute. Yeah, it don't take very much and it lays right on. Follows the heat.
Oh, that's cool.
Super strong too. Super strength. You're gonna want to probably do some other kind of clamp at the rear.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Make sure that thing's in good and tight. Maybe a little silicone on here, and then make sure that clamp.
Like Loctite or something.
Yeah, make sure everything's solid.
Yeah, there's a little more weight on it, huh?
Well, it's just a little more resonant vibration and whatnot.
Purdy.
We just don't want the pickup falling out because
That'd be bad.
it'll immediately lose oil pressure and be done.
Yeah, we don't want that.
The oil pump is completely at the other end now. Everything's turned around backwards, so it's at the wrong end. So we'll wire wheel this off, run a little diesel fuel through it, flush it out. You'll be good to go, Jimmy.
I can smell the sludge burning out of it.
like an old Chevy.
Yes, it does.
Oh, I guess it is an old Chevy. No wonder it smells like an old Chevy. It is an old Chevy. But yeah, it looks pretty good.
That oil pan's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was an aftermarket piece, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, it was cool.
Because the original pans, I think, are steel. They're not all trick.
The ribs were all the way inside and stuff too.
Oh, really? So
yeah.
it's got cooling inside as well.
Yeah, it was pretty slick. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, that's.
Dude.
See how I did that?
Yeah, that was.
That's how you do
Slings
that.
it right out, huh?
That's how you do that, Jimmy.
That's pretty nasty stuff.
Diesel fuel. Get that garbage out of there. It had good oil pressure when I ran it in that car, though.
The oil that came out of it was clean. It looked brand new.
Yeah.
It was just strange to see all that sludge down there.
Yeah, it just been sitting around for.
Oh.
That oil was probably from the oil crisis of the 70s. It's probably Pennzoil from Pennsylvania.
It looked like Pennzoil sludge.
Yep, good old Pennsylvania Pennzoil. Better for lubrication, though. Better lubricating oil. What do you think of my Beetle?
I love the wheels.
Getting there.
I'm digging the side-by-side tires too.
Yeah, they're cheap, you know. Everybody wants bigger, and those are big enough for a Volkswagen.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's clean now, Jimmy.
Cool.
$1 million right there.
Right?
$1 million.
Put on my tab.
Yep.
Time to install the oil pickup tube. You gotta first put a little bit of silicone on there. All right, it's seated. We got our beautiful oil pan ready to go. There's a gap there. It's interfering with the oil pan. We'll have to see where it's touching. Well, that was strange. Well, I don't know what happened. I must have just had it turned side. I must have had it pinched or something, because as soon as I took the oil pan off and repositioned and put it right back on, it fell all the way in. So we'll hold it in place while we bolt it up. Always better to be safe than sorry, right? So the next thing we want to do is we're going to pull this adapter plate off, because remember, we didn't have the gasket that we needed and we didn't have a crank seal. I've got new stuff that showed up here, so we're going to go ahead and swap that out and get that ready to go. Sludge. Alrighty guys, that's going to be it for today. We made some pretty good progress. I'm going to try to get this thing as roadworthy before like Valentine's Day. But hope to see you guys in Glamis. As always, thanks for watching.